Hello friends, welcome back to Englishmaster. Let me ask you something. And be honest. You're sitting in a cafe. A foreigner sits next to you and says, "Excuse me, do you speak English?" Your heart starts racing. You say yes. And then, nothing. Your mind goes blank. The words you know, they're gone. Vanished. Sound familiar? Here's what's crazy. That same person, you, can watch a Netflix series without subtitles and understand 90% of it. You can read articles, listen to podcasts, follow influencers. You understand everything. So why does your brain betray you the moment you need to speak? I'm Sarah, and for the next 20 minutes, we're going to solve this puzzle together. Not with motivational fluff. Not with just practice more. We're going deep into the neuroscience, the psychology, and the exact step-by-step system that took me from frozen to fluent. And here's the kicker, by the end of this video, you're not just going to know the solution. You're going to practice it with me. Live. I wasn't always someone who could speak English comfortably. In fact, I was the opposite. Back in 2018, I moved to Canada. I had studied English for 8 years in school. 8 years. I had certificates. I could write essays. I knew grammar rules better than most native speakers. But my first week there? Disaster. I went to a supermarket to buy shampoo. The cashier asked me something simple, "Do you need a bag?" And I just froze. I pointed. Like a caveman. I paid and left feeling humiliated. That night, I asked myself, what's wrong with me? I know the words. I know the grammar, so why can't I use any of it? That question started a journey. I stopped just studying English and started studying how the brain learns language. I read neuroscience papers. I interviewed polyglots. I experimented on myself for months. And what I discovered changed everything. The problem wasn't my English. The problem was my brain's wiring. And once I understood that, the solution became obvious. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what I found, and more importantly, how you can rewire your brain starting today. Let's look inside your brain for a moment. Don't worry, no medical degree required. Neurolinguists have identified 2 distinct pathways for language in the brain. I call them the input highway and the output highway. The input highway is for understanding. It's your reading pathway, your listening pathway. When you watch YouTube, when you read books, when you listen to podcasts, that's input. And here's the thing about input, it's passive. Your brain can process it without much effort. The output highway is completely different. This is for speaking, for writing, for producing language. This pathway requires active construction. It's like building something with Lego instead of just looking at the box. Here's the problem most learners face. They've spent years, maybe decades, paving the input highway. It's a beautiful 8-lane superhighway. But the output highway? It's a dirt road. Maybe even overgrown with weeds. So when you're in that cafe and someone asks you a question, your brain tries to send information down the output highway. And there's a traffic jam. Everything slows down. Some words never arrive. And you're left feeling stupid. You're not stupid. Your highway needs paving. This is why you can understand everything but say nothing. It's not a memory problem. It's not a vocabulary problem. It's a pathway activation problem. The solution, then, is simple in theory. We need to pave that output highway. We need to make it as smooth and fast as the input one. But how do we do that? That's what the next section is all about. And before we get there, quick question, Have you ever had that freezing moment I described? If yes, type yes in the comments right now. I want to see how many of us are in this together. Wow. Look at that. You're not alone. Not even close. Technique number 1 is called shadowing. And if you only do one thing from this video, do this one. Shadowing is exactly what it sounds like. You become a shadow. You listen to a native speaker, and you repeat what they say at the exact same time, matching their rhythm, their intonation, their pauses, their emotion. This isn't just repeating after someone, that's called echoing. Shadowing means you're speaking with them, not after them. Why does this work? 3 reasons. Reason 1, muscle memory. Speaking is physical. Your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they're muscles. Shadowing trains them to move in new ways. It's like going to the gym for your mouth. Reason 2, neural wiring. When you shadow, you're forcing your output highway to activate at the same speed as the input. You're literally building new connections. Reason 3, automaticity. The goal of language is to stop thinking and start speaking. Shadowing bypasses your conscious brain and goes straight to the automatic systems. Here's exactly how to do it, step by step. Step 1, find a short audio clip. 30 seconds max. It could be a news clip, a YouTube video, a podcast, anything with clear native speech. Step 2, listen to it once just to understand. Then listen again while reading the transcript if available. Step 3, here's the magic, play it again, and this time, speak at the same time as the speaker. Match them exactly. Don't worry about pronunciation mistakes. Don't worry about missing words. Just keep going. Step 4, repeat the same 30-second clip every day for a week. Yes, the same one. By day 7, you'll be able to shadow it perfectly without even thinking. How much time? 5 minutes a day. That's it. You can do this anywhere. Walking to work. Washing dishes. In the shower. 5 minutes is nothing, but the compound effect over months is enormous. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Try this for 1 week and message me back. You'll feel the difference. Technique number 2 is going to make you feel a little crazy. But trust me, it works. Self-talk. Talking to yourself. In English. I know. It sounds ridiculous. But hear me out. The biggest barrier to speaking isn't lack of words. It's fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of mistakes. Fear of looking stupid. And where does that fear live? It lives in social situations. When you're alone, there's no judgment. You can make mistakes freely. You can try things out. And that's exactly what your brain needs, a safe space to practice. Here's how to do it. Start with narration. When you wake up, narrate your morning in English. I'm waking up now. I'm walking to the kitchen. I'm opening the fridge. What should I eat? Level up, describe. Look around and describe what you see. This is a blue mug. It's my favorite mug because it's big and holds a lot of coffee. My grandmother gave it to me. Level up again, plan. Talk about your day. Today I need to finish that report. After work, I'm meeting Sarah for dinner. I hope the traffic isn't bad. Final level, reflect. At night, summarize your day. Today was busy. I felt stressed in the morning, but the meeting went well. I'm proud of how I handled that conversation. Why does this work? Because you're practicing production without pressure. You're paving that output highway in a zero-stakes environment. And here's the beautiful thing, when you finally get into a real conversation, those pathways are already warm. They're already active. The words flow more easily because they've flowed before, even if only to yourself. Start with just 2 minutes a day. Then 5. Then 10. Within weeks, you'll notice a difference in real conversations. Technique number 3 is my personal favorite. It's the one that made the biggest difference for me. I call it storytelling. Here's the problem with most language practice, it's disconnected from real life. You learn random vocabulary words. You do grammar exercises. But when was the last time you told a story in English? Human beings are wired for stories. We remember stories. We connect through stories. And if you can tell stories in English, you can do anything. Here's how it works. Step 1, pick a simple story. Something that happened today. A movie you watched. Something funny your friend said. Keep it short, 30 seconds to 1 minute. Step 2, tell it in your native language first, in your head. Just to get the structure clear. Step 3, now tell it in English. Out loud. Use the simplest words you know. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be said. Step 4, tell it again. And again. Each time, try to make it a little smoother. Add 1 new word. Change 1 sentence. Improve gradually. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Version 1, today I lost my keys. I looked everywhere. Finally I found them in the car. I was happy. Version 2, this morning, I couldn't find my keys anywhere. I checked my bag, my pockets, even the fridge, don't ask why. After 10 minutes of panic, I realized I left them in the car. What a relief. See the difference? Both versions work. Version 1 is fine. Version 2 is more engaging. But you have to start with version 1 before you can get to version 2. Here's the key insight. Every time you tell a story, you're practicing real communication. You're connecting ideas. You're building narrative muscle. This is light years beyond repeating textbook dialogues. Do this once a day for a month. Record yourself on day 1 and day 30. You'll be shocked at the progress. Okay. Enough theory. Let's practice. Right now. Together. I'm going to give you a prompt. You're going to tell a story, out loud, right where you are. Yes, even if you're in public. People will think you're on the phone. It's fine. Ready? Here's the prompt. Tell me about a time you felt proud of yourself. You have 60 seconds. Start, now. Time's up. How did that feel? Uncomfortable? Good. That's how growth feels. Now, if you're brave, here's what I want you to do. Type your story in the comments. Yes, write it out. Even if it's simple. Even if it has mistakes. This is a safe space. We're all learning together. And if you see someone else's story, leave them an encouraging reply. Build them up. That's what this community is about. Let's put it all together. Here's your 15-minute daily practice routine, minutes 0 to 5, shadowing. Take a 30-second clip and shadow it repeatedly. Day 1 through day 7, same clip. Minutes 5 to 10, self-talk. Narrate what you're doing. Describe your environment. Plan your day. Minutes 10 to 15, storytelling. Tell one story from your day. Tell it again, making it better. 15 minutes. That's less than one episode of a sitcom. But do this consistently for 3 months. and you will not recognize your speaking ability. The secret isn't intensity. It's consistency. It's showing up every day and paving that highway, one sentence at a time. We covered a lot today. Let me leave you with this. The difference between someone who speaks fluently and someone who's still stuck isn't talent. It isn't intelligence. It's practice, the right kind of practice. You already understand English. The words are in your brain. Now it's time to build the pathway that lets them out. Here's what I want you to do next. 1. Pick one of these 3 techniques. Just one. Start today. 2. Come back to this video tomorrow and do the live practice session with me again. 3. Subscribe and hit the bell. Why? Because next week, I'm releasing part 2 of this series, How to Never Run Out of Things to Say in English. You don't want to miss it. And before you go, comment below, which technique are you starting with? Shadowing, self-talk, or storytelling? I read every comment, and I'll personally reply to the first 50. Now go practice. I believe in you. See you in the next video.